Imagine standing at the edge of a Norwegian fjord, towering cliffs rising from misty waters, the air crisp with possibility. It's breathtaking, mysterious, and just a little bit intimidating. But as stunning as these landscapes are, what truly surprises most visitors isn't the scenery. It's the unwritten rules that shape every moment of daily life here. I learned this the hard way, the day I just said hello to everyone in an elevator. And now they're looking at me like I announced I'm here to steal their oil fund. This was the moment I realized I had no idea how to behave in Norway. Welcome back to Wander Whispers. I need to tell you something that could save your entire Norwegian experience from becoming a social disaster movie. In this video, we're breaking down 16 etiquette fails you must avoid if you want to experience the beauty of Norway without getting silently judged by the locals. Break even one of these and you'll experience the Norwegian Ice Age firsthand. Stick around till the end because number 12, even seasoned travelers mess that one up. I've already triggered every awkward silence and judgmental stare so you don't have to. This is your survival guide. Planning a trip? Or just love watching someone else crash and learn? Smash that subscribe button and ring the bell. By the end, you'll know how to blend in like a local, or at least not start an international incident. Ready? Let's dive in before I offend someone again. Rule number 1. This one might truly surprise you. In Norway, you should never initiate small talk with strangers. That casual talk about the weather, best to keep it to yourself. In many cultures, this would be considered friendly and polite, but in Norway, it's a different story. You've just encroached on someone's sacred bubble of solitude. Norwegians deeply value their personal space and the comfort of silence. In fact, silence is cherished almost as much as their morning coffee. It's a cultural preference, not a sign of rudeness. Norwegians treasure quiet the way Americans treasure free refills. Here's a professional tip. If you absolutely must break the ice, stick to discussing the weather. But only if you're commiserating. And by that I mean complaints, never compliments. Terrible rain today will earn you a knowing nod, but beautiful sunshine, that will only puzzle your Norwegian neighbour. Interestingly, this rule softens the further north you travel. In places like Tromsø, you might even receive a smile in return. But as a rule of thumb, respect the silence and you'll fit right in. Rule number 2. This one's essential for every visitor. It nearly cost me my very first Norwegian friendship. Never ever wear shoes inside someone's home in Norway. This isn't just about being polite, it's practically a national law. Norwegian homes are true sanctuaries, and shoes are seen as bringing in the chaos of the outside world. And let's be honest, have you seen Norwegian weather? Those shoes have been through a lot. Here's your survival tip. Invest in a good pair of socks. No holes, and definitely no cartoon characters, unless you are under 12. I learned this lesson the hard way when my big toe made an unexpected appearance right in front of my host's mother, thanks to a massive hole in my sock. And here's a bonus tip. Some Norwegian homes even offer guest slippers. Accept them with gratitude. It's not a hint about your feet, it's actually a sign of honor. Rule number 3. Punctuality is paramount in Norway. Never, ever be late. And I do mean never, no exceptions. Where I come from, being fashionably late is almost a tradition. In Norway, though, fashionably late is simply considered rude. Norwegians treat time as a sacred contract, one that might as well be signed in Viking blood. I once arrived 5 minutes late to a dinner party. 5 minutes? The host looked at me as if I'd just survived a major disaster. The concern was so genuine I almost checked for injuries. But here's the twist, being early isn't much better. The golden rule, arrive exactly on time, not 5 minutes early and definitely not fashionably late, precisely, on time. It's almost an art form. Pro tip. If you're running behind, send a quick text right away. Norwegians truly appreciate honesty and transparency. Running 3 minutes late, forgot to factor in shoe removal time. That's perfectly acceptable. In fact, mentioning shoe removal will earn you bonus points for cultural awareness. And if you're invited for 7 p.m, they mean 7 o'clock sharp. No wiggle room. Not 7:01, not 6:59. Norwegian punctuality makes even German efficiency look relaxed. Embrace it and you'll fit right in. Rule number 4 is a cornerstone of Norwegian culture. Never brag or show off. This principle runs deep in Norway's national identity. Modesty is the name of the game. Let your actions speak, not your words. Have you heard of janteloven or the law of jante? It's a big deal here. Think of it as Norway's unofficial rulebook. Don't act like you're better than anyone else. No matter your achievements, humility is always expected. It's cultural humility, taken to the next level. Here's the golden rule. Always play down your accomplishments. If you've won a marathon, just say, "Oh, I managed to finish." Got a PhD? Try, "I read a few books." Became a millionaire? "I do all right." The idea is to keep things understated, no matter how impressive. Norwegians truly admire this kind of humility. If you break this rule, you'll stand out, and not in a good way. But if you master it, you'll blend in beautifully. Here's the inside scoop. Norwegians respect those who are quietly confident. Show humility, and you'll earn genuine respect. Ignore it, and you'll be pegged as an outsider in no time. But embrace this approach, and you'll fit right in with the locals. No boasting required. Rule number 5 is a true Norwegian essential. Never ever skip coffee when invited. In Norway, coffee isn't just a beverage. It's practically a sacred social ritual. Norwegians drink more coffee per person than almost anyone else on the planet. To decline a cup is almost like declining friendship itself. I learned this at my very first kaffebesøk, that's Norwegian for coffee visit. I politely said, "No thanks, I don't drink coffee." The silence that followed could have frozen a fjord. Even if you're not a coffee fan, always accept that first cup. Sip it slowly, smile, and make a few appreciative noises. It's not about the caffeine, it's about the connection. Here's a pro tip. Learn the magic phrase, "takk for kaffen," which means thanks for the coffee. Say it as you leave, and you'll see Norwegian hearts melt faster than butter on fresh lefse. And here's a bonus secret. Norwegians will absolutely judge your character by how you take your coffee. Black coffee? That says you're serious and substantial. Prefer lots of cream and sugar? Don't worry, they'll still be polite, but they'll notice. Rule number 6 is a true Norwegian classic. Never ever talk about money. It's a paradox that makes Norway fascinating. Despite having one of the world's most transparent tax systems, where nearly everything is out in the open, the golden rule is simple. Don't bring up money in conversation. Here's the twist. Norwegians can look up anyone's income online, no problem. Sounds wild, right? But if you ask someone directly about their salary, you'll see the room freeze faster than a fjord in January. It's public information, but private conversation. Asking about someone's paycheck, that's a one-way ticket to social awkwardness. Trust me, it's the fastest way to silence a lively group. Norwegians live by the idea of lagom, just enough, never too much. Flaunting wealth, even in casual chat, is a definite no-go. It completely breaks the unspoken code of modesty. So what's safe to talk about? Here's your cheat sheet. The weather, especially if you're complaining, hiking trails, cabin locations, and how expensive everything is, because, let's face it, Norway isn't cheap. Now for the danger zone, topics to avoid at all costs. Your salary, their salary, anyone's salary, property values, or the price of anything they own. Just don't go there. Pro tip. If money comes up, smoothly steer the chat toward how pricey Norway is. Yes, that restaurant is expensive. Everything here costs a fortune. You'll get instant agreement and maybe even a laugh. It's the one topic that unites everyone in Norway. Rule number 7. This is a big one. Never under any circumstances cut in line. Full stop. No debate. It's a national commandment. Norwegians have truly elevated queuing to an art form. What amazed me most? Norwegians form invisible lines. No ropes, no signs, just pure social harmony. No barriers, no velvet ropes, just an unspoken agreement that everyone respects. It's the kind of order that would make the British proud. I once accidentally stepped ahead of someone at a bakery counter. The collective gasp was so dramatic I honestly thought there'd been a gas leak. Here's what most tourists don't realize. Even when things look chaotic, there's always a queue. Always. At the fish market, at the bus stop, even at a casual party, there's a silent system. Norwegians instinctively know exactly who arrived first. Want to know the secret? When you arrive, make eye contact and give a subtle nod. That's your ticket into the invisible queue. This tiny gesture acknowledges your place in line, no words needed. It's like a Norwegian handshake, done entirely with your eyes. And never, ever try the excuse, "Oh, I didn't see the line." In Norway, lines are sensed, not seen. It's practically queue telepathy. Rule number 8 is all about liquid etiquette. Never underestimate the power of a proper toast in Norway. Under no circumstances should you take a sip before everyone has said "skål." That's the golden rule. And yes, there's a very particular way to do it. Precision matters. Step 1. Wait for your host to lead the charge. Never jump the gun. Step 2. Make eye contact with everyone you're toasting. It's not just polite, it's practically mandatory. Step 3. Say "skål" together, loud and proud. Step 4. Maintain that eye contact as you take your first sip. Yes, it feels intense, but it's tradition. Step 5. Give a subtle nod before lowering your glass. Congratulations. You've just passed the Norwegian toast test. I'll admit I completely flubbed this at my first Norwegian dinner party. I took a big gulp of wine before anyone else had even raised their glass. The room went silent. Awkward doesn't even begin to cover it. The silence was so complete, I swear I could hear the northern lights humming outside. Eye contact during a toast is absolutely crucial. Don't skip it. Norwegians say that skipping eye contact during a toast brings 7 years of bad luck, or at the very least, 7 years of awkward dinners. Or maybe they'll just think you're a bit rude. Either way, don't risk it. So, make that eye contact and toast like a local. Pro tip, in a big group you don't have to lock eyes with everyone, just those nearby. No need to go cross-eyed trying to catch everyone's gaze. Focus on your immediate circle. Just those right around you will do the trick. But always wait for that group "skål" before you take a sip. Timing is everything. And here's a bonus tip. Learn to say "tusen takk for i kveld." That's 1,000 thanks for tonight. When you're heading out, it's the perfect way to end the evening and will earn you instant respect. Nail these toasting traditions and you'll be the toast of the table. Guaranteed. Rule number 9. Never, ever sit next to someone on public transport if there are other seats available. This is a golden rule in Norway. Norwegians are true masters of personal space. The strategic seating is practically an art form here. Watch as Norwegians board a bus. It's like a perfectly choreographed dance. Each person maximizing their own bubble of solitude. They'll scan the entire vehicle, calculate the optimal distance, and select the seat that ensures everyone enjoys their own peaceful journey. I learned this lesson the hard way. Trust me, it's unforgettable. Picture this, an empty bus with 30 open seats, and I sat right next to a Norwegian woman. The look she gave me, as if I'd just proposed marriage on the spot. Here's the sacred rule. If there's a double seat with no one nearby, that's your throne. Claim it. If you absolutely must sit near someone, always choose the aisle seat, leaving the window seat as a respectful buffer. Pro tip: master the Norwegian bag technique. Place your bag on the seat next to you. It's the universal sign for please respect my bubble. Just remember to move your bag if the bus starts to fill up. Manners matter. And whatever you do, never strike up a conversation with fellow passengers. Silence is golden on Norwegian transport. A slight nod when boarding is perfectly acceptable. Anything more? That's basically social overkill. Rule number 10 might surprise you. Never go overboard with praise for Norway. That's right, resist the urge to shower Norway with endless compliments. Norwegians have a fascinating relationship with flattery. It's a bit of an art form here. If you walk around declaring Norway is the most beautiful country in the world, you'll notice Norwegians start to squirm. It's a bit much for their taste. What they truly appreciate are thoughtful, specific observations, not just enthusiastic gushing or generic praise. So instead of Norway is absolutely perfect, try something like, I'm really impressed by how well you maintain your mountain trails. Norwegians are quietly proud, but modesty is their superpower. They'd much rather hear, your recycling system is impressive than, Norway does everything better than my country. Here's the secret. Norwegians respect genuine, informed appreciation. Notice the details, like their environmental efforts, the care they put into trail maintenance, or how efficient their public transport is. Show you've done your homework. It goes a long way. And remember, Norwegians inherit their love for their homeland. They don't need outside validation. They just want to know you understand what makes Norway truly special. Not just that you think it's pretty. Keep it specific, keep it sincere, and you'll win Norwegian hearts every time. Rule 11. Never disturb the peace in Norway. This is all about respecting that cherished Norwegian row, peace and quiet. That's right, tranquility is king here. Never break the calm, especially on Sundays. Sundays in Norway are practically sacred. Think of them as a national day of hush. The whole country seems to agree. Let's turn down the volume and enjoy some peace. It's as if Norway itself takes a deep breath and relaxes. Mowing the lawn? Absolutely forbidden. Drilling holes? You'd sooner see pigs flying over Preikestolen. Lesson learned. Norwegians take their peace and quiet seriously. And it's not just Sundays. This love of quiet lasts all year long. Norwegians truly treasure a calm atmosphere, whether at home or out and about. Loud phone calls on public transport? Major faux pas. Shouting across the street? Not a chance. Even animated conversations can earn you a few disapproving glances. Trust me, Norwegians have perfected the art of the silent stare. The Norwegian idea of noise is a whole different level. What other cultures call a normal conversation, Norwegians might call a disturbance. If you're too loud, you'll see people covering their ears, literally. So here's your pro tip. When in doubt, lower your voice and blend in. If you can hear your own echo in a fjord, you're definitely too loud for the city. Keep it down and you'll fit right in. Here's your Sunday survival guide. Museums, hiking, reading and quiet cafes absolutely encouraged. But home improvement projects, party music, vacuuming, save it for a weekday. Trust me, your neighbours and your reputation will thank you. Rule 12 is one of Norway's most surprising social quirks. It's what I call the Norwegian paradox. This one catches many visitors off guard and honestly breaks a few hearts. Never expect those fun, late-night friendships to magically continue the next day. Don't take it personally. It's just a classic case of Norwegian social compartmentalization. Alcohol works wonders here. It transforms Norwegians from reserved and icy to warm, chatty and downright friendly. But when Monday morning arrives, the magic vanishes just like that. I learned this firsthand with my friend Lars. We spent an entire evening talking about life, philosophy and dreams. He even invited me to his family's cabin. The next day at the grocery store, I got the classic Norwegian blank stare, total reset. There's even a saying for this. Full man kjenner ingen fare. A drunk man knows no danger. I would add, a drunk Norwegian knows no strangers. But the next day, it's back to business as usual. So here's the inside scoop. Don't take it to heart. Norwegian party you and weekday you are two different people. It's not fake. If they were friendly over drinks, they meant it. But the next day, it's like flipping a switch. If they seemed genuine while out, they truly were. The sobriety barrier isn't rejection, it's just Norwegian social programming at work. Pro tip. If you want to turn a party pal into a real friend, you'll need to break through the sober barrier. The secret? Make a concrete plan. Don't just say, let's hang out. Suggest something specific, like, want to hike Ulriken next weekend? Concrete plans are the magic key. They cut through the awkwardness every time. Rule 13. Never disrupt the sacred order of a Norwegian breakfast buffet. This is serious business. Precision and etiquette are everything. Norwegians approach breakfast buffets with the discipline of a well-rehearsed drill team. It's almost a military operation. Everyone knows their role. There's a strict hierarchy. Bread comes first, then paleg, the delicious toppings, and finally, the sides. Never, under any circumstances, reach across someone's breakfast journey. I once moved a cheese platter just to get to the jam. Big mistake. The silent judgment was so intense, I could almost hear the ancestors tutting from Valhalla. And whatever you do, don't pile everything onto one plate in true American fashion. Only take what you'll eat right away. Then feel free to return for seconds. Norwegians value the process far more than speed or efficiency. The sacred breakfast essentials include hearty dark bread, brunost, that famous brown cheese, caviar from a tube, and, of course, coffee. You'll want to master the art of slicing cheese paper thin and spreading butter perfectly on your bread. Pro tip, never waste food at a Norwegian buffet. It's not just considered rude, it goes against their deep environmental values. So, be sure to finish everything you take. Rule 14. Let's talk about the Norwegian weather code of conduct. Never, ever complain about the weather to a Norwegian, unless you know the secret handshake. That's right, there's a right way and a wrong way to talk about the rain. Norwegians have a brilliant saying, Det finnes ikke dalig vær, bare dalig klær, which translates to, there's no such thing as bad weather, only bad clothing. So if you're caught in a downpour, it's not the sky's fault. It's your wardrobe's. Complaining about rain in Norway is a bit like grumbling about sand at the beach, pointless and a little silly. Weather is simply part of the experience here. Norwegians don't see the weather as an inconvenience. It's just a fact of life, and it simply means you need the right gear to enjoy it. I learned this lesson my very first Norwegian summer. "Why is it raining so much?" I moaned. The response was classic. "Didn't you bring proper rain gear?" In other words, being unprepared is on you, not the weather. The polished way to discuss weather: stick to neutral, factual observations. Say, "It's quite wet today," and you'll get a friendly nod. But if you declare, "This weather is awful," expect a list of recommended jackets and boots. Pro tip: instead of complaining, ask for gear advice. Norwegians love to help you prepare for the elements. Try something like, "What jacket would you recommend for this weather?" Instantly, you go from whiny tourist to savvy, well-prepared visitor. That's how you win Norwegian respect and enjoy every adventure, rain or shine. Rule 15. Never, under any circumstances, turn down an outdoor adventure because of the weather. This is friluftsliv, the Norwegian art of embracing outdoor life, and trust me, it's non-negotiable. Norwegians treat time outside as sacred, no matter what the forecast says. So, when a Norwegian invites you for a hike, even if it's raining sideways and the wind is howling, there's only one correct answer. "What time are we leaving?" That's the spirit they love to see. I learned this lesson the hard way when Astrid invited me skiing in the middle of a blizzard. I suggested we wait for better weather. Big mistake. The look she gave me said it all, as if I'd just proposed skipping Christmas. For Norwegians, braving the elements makes every outdoor experience more rewarding, not less. It's like earning your stripes from Mother Nature herself. Here's the magic phrase: I'll just need to borrow some gear. This shows you're game for anything, even if you need a little help with the kit. Norwegians absolutely love lending out equipment to enthusiastic newcomers. Pro tip: embrace the Norwegian mindset. Those so-called terrible conditions often lead to the best stories and memories. You'll find that wild weather makes every adventure legendary. And you'll earn some serious respect points along the way. Rule 16. Never overlook the importance of Taco Friday in Norway. Truly, never underestimate the power of Taco Friday. Fredagstaco is more than a meal, it's a beloved Norwegian tradition. In fact, some might say it's even more sacred than the National Oil Fund. If you want to understand Norwegian culture, this is one phenomenon you can't ignore. Every Friday, families across Norway gather to make tacos together. This isn't about traditional Norwegian fare, we're talking Mexican-style tacos reimagined the Norwegian way. So, if you're invited for dinner on a Friday, expect tacos without exception. Not lefse, not fish cakes, tacos! And you're expected to show genuine enthusiasm for the occasion. I once asked my Norwegian friends what makes tacos so special to them. The answer? It's Friday. As if that explained everything. And in a way it really does. There's something about Taco Friday that just feels right. Norwegian tacos often feature ingredients you'd never find in Mexico: cucumber, corn, and sometimes even apple slices. Just go with it, embrace the fusion. This is cultural creativity at its finest. Pro tip: if you're invited to a Norwegian home on a Friday and tacos aren't on the menu, you might want to check if everything's all right. It's a bit like meeting an American who's never heard of football. And whatever you do, never suggest pizza instead of tacos on a Friday. That's not cultural flexibility, that's quite frankly cultural treason. And there you have it. 16 essential ways to navigate Norwegian etiquette like a pro. But here's the real secret. Norwegians are wonderfully understanding when it comes to newcomers learning their customs. They don't expect perfection, but they'll always appreciate your effort. Even mastering just a few of these rules will open up a side of Norway most tourists never get to see. My most memorable blunder? Arriving at a dinner party with my shoes on 5 minutes late and loudly complaining about the rain. I managed to tick off nearly every social faux pas in under 30 seconds. Norwegian etiquette bingo. But you know what? That same family still invited me back. Because beneath that reserved exterior, Norwegians are some of the kindest, most genuine people you'll ever meet. If you found this helpful, give that like button a tap. It truly helps the channel reach more curious travelers. Subscribe for more insights into Norwegian culture. Did I miss a social rule you've experienced? Share your stories in the comments. And remember, when in doubt, just ask a Norwegian for advice. They genuinely enjoy helping others understand their culture. Until next time, keep exploring, stay respectful, and maybe invest in some top-notch wool socks. Trust me, you'll thank me later. Ha det bra.